one little mistake, and the whole world comes crashing down around them.
Hey guys, Lucas here again for another movie review after a little bit of a hiatus. Today we're going to be talking about a new smaller film called Locke, starring Tom Hardy and directed by Stephen Knight. When I say starring Tom Hardy, I literally mean starring Tom Hardy because he is the only actor in this film. The rest are just voices on a cell phone because this whole movie takes place in his character Ivan Locke's car, and the rest are just phone calls with him trying to deal with extreme change in personal and business life, and how he's going to juggle these things on a car ride that basically throws his life upside down. Now, you may not know about me, but Tom Hardy is probably my favorite actor that has come out in the last decade or so. I just love the guy. I think he's great in everything. You could even say he's my number one man crush if you want to go there. I just really like the guy, and I'm always excited to see what projects he's going to do and what he's up to next. When I found out he's going to be doing a project that basically is just him showing off his talents, I was very intrigued to see this movie. The movie that this is probably most similar to that came out not too long ago is the film Buried, which starred Ryan Reynolds, and that took place all underneath a coffin underground. This is a little bit different, but this is probably the most similar film in terms of that kind of gimmick. But luckily that gimmick pays off because Locke is an extremely fascinating and intriguing film and is probably Tom Hardy's best performance to date. I'm going to start off with the performance because it really is the centerpiece and focal point of this film. Tom Hardy is absolutely incredible in this movie, especially when you think that he has no one really else to react to. I mean, I'm sure they filmed a lot of the phone calls maybe with actors on the other line, but I don't know if these actors were actually talking to him or not, or their lines were, recorded later. But what's so great about Tom Hardy is here he's just playing like a normal construction manager, a family man, but he's just so diverse, and he could play a normal guy like this, so nuanced. But then the last movie we saw him in was Dark Knight Rises, where he plays Bane, this huge hulking figure, and you don't think of that at all. You just see this man. You don't see Tom Hardy. He just truly just delves himself into this character, and the whole movie pretty much really just rides on his performance. Really has to run the gambit of emotions in this movie. Surprisingly, even though he's in this car, he goes from anger to rage to happiness to surprise, all beautifully, and sometimes he has to do it without even saying anything. Just a look in his face says it all. It also really helps that the script, also written by Stephen Knight, is very solid, and really combine the script with Tom Hardy's performance. Locke is just really a fascinating character. He's this very morally upstanding guy for certain reasons that I won't get into. In fact, the best way to see this movie is without reading anything about it. And he makes certain choices, and the reasons behind them are very interesting, but meanwhile he is very flawed in others, and just the whole dilemma between what this guy is dealing with and how he deals with it, and why the reasons why he does deal with them the way he does are all just fascinating and adds to the character and just makes him, you can't take your eyes off him. From the moment it is revealed why Ivan Locke is on his journey back to wherever he's going, it keeps that tension throughout, because it is something surprising for the audience. They don't show it in the trailer, so when you find out, it is something of a surprise. And then the tension that Tom Hardy's character has to juggle all the other things that are going on with his life continues throughout the audience, and you feel like you're in his predicament with him. The only problem I really have with this movie is, even though it's only like 90 minutes or so, because the whole movie does take place in the car, there are some repetitive conversations, so it did slow down. Especially there's a lot of talk about concrete in this movie because that is the character's profession. So about the fourth or fifth conversation about it, there was times that I was tuning out a little bit, and I was like, yeah, okay, but that was those are just kind of a nitpick. And even though it is 90 minutes, it does feel long at spots. But for the most part, I think this was a daring experiment that really paid off. And if you're a Tom Hardy fan like I am, it's really worth seeing just to see what he can do as an actor. And maybe he gets some awards recognition later on. I don't know. But, I mean, he's really fantastic. The script is good. The direction's solid. I'm going to give Locke 4 stars out of 5. Let me know if you've seen Locke. What did you think about it? What did you think of Tom Hardy's performance? What do you think of him as an actor? Are you looking forward to him playing Mad Max, etc.? If you like this review, please subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.
I will do what needs to be done.